What's going on, y'all? I know it's been about 3 weeks now. I had some other work that I had to see about, but I'm back with another live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and posh out the headlines, basically talking about the 2026 Met Gala. I know it has some best and worst dress, celebrity fashion, this and whatever else that was going down. I'm gonna go ahead and posh out the headlines talking about Doechii, about her early in the week. Doechii celebrate the runway in a bold crop top. Doechii has been turning up the heat thanks to her new photos in a chick top. The rapper was recently spotted at the runway night party at the Abbey's Welto. In no time, Doechii fans started going gaga over her fashion statement. Doechii danced the night away in a bold top. The exotic hit maker photos and videos from the runway night party at the Abbey Welto took the internet by storm. In the clips, Doechii is seen grooving in the flashes of the phone lights. The 27-year-old was surrounded by fans who continue to cheer for her. Besides her unmatching energy, fans took noticing of her style. Doechii wore a sleeveless, stylish gray crop top with a pair of silver latex pants. Moreover, her hair was straightened with a side parted styling. On the other hand, her glossy makeup, her silver hoop earrings, and a sculpted bracelet added a neat finishing touch. Doechii shows off major skin while going barefoot at the Met Gala. Doechii left fans stunned after she went barefoot and showed off all her radiant melanin skin at the Met Gala. The Florida rapper pulled up at the 2026 Met Gala in New York City wearing a purple veil that reached down to her feet. Doechii stood outside of the Mark Hotel and lifted her veil slightly to reveal her bare feet at the Met. She wore multiple toe rings with a West African henna on her feet and hands. Doechii was there. Doechii, she was at that Met. Before she stepped foot on the beige carpet at the Met, she wore multiple toe rings with a West African henna on her hands and feet. Once on the carpet, she revealed her Marc Jacobs wrap dress. She had a look that top a massive headdress that reached down to the back and acted as a train. This is grounding me. Now, Doechii saying in her own words, this is grounding me. Doechii told Variety. This is art It's human to me. It's vulnerable. It's feminine, and that's what I've been feeling all night. This is what Doechii saying in her own words in a separate interview with Ashley Graham and Cara Delevingne, I think that's her name. She joked about going barefoot on the carpet as a secret excuse not to wear heels. While on the carpet, Doechii spoke about her working with Lady Gaga in their new collaboration, Runway. A song appears on the soundtrack for The Devil Wears Prada 2, which debuts in the theaters over the weekend. She's a genius. Doechii saying this in her own words. She's a genius. Lady Gaga's absolute genius. She's super sweet. She taught me a lot without even have to say anything. She's amazing. Doechii saying this in her words. Doechii joined other hip hop and R&B acts at the Met Gala, including Cardi B, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, Coco Jones, Ciara, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. The decorated singer served as the Met Gala co-chair with Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Anna Wintour, along with honorary chairs with Jeff Bezos and Laura Sanchez Bezos. It marked Beyonce's first appearance at the Met Gala since 2016. The host committees, Anthony Vaccarello and I think her name is Zoe Kravitz, consists of other superstars including Doja Cat, Sabrina Carpenter, Lisa, and more. Now, Jay-Z, Beyonce was there with Blue Ivy, and it was mentioned about there wasn't no supposed to be any kids allowed in there, but Blue Ivy was having to be on side Jay-Z and Beyonce, and Jeff Bezos and his wife Laura Sanchez Bezos. A lot of people said that they had found out that Jeff Bezos had paid it off for the be the top tier looked at, and his wife to be looked at during the whole Met Gala. And it been 10 years since Beyonce been to a Met Gala. And Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, they was there. They was like Rihanna and Beyonce was there to be the ones outshining everybody. This was this other individual go by Landra Carlton. Surprising, she was there, but she was cut off at the last minute. Landra Carlton, who come from Love Island, USA, who playing there with Nick, and they wasn't there, but it was a lot of competition going on. She would have been there that night. It would have been a lot of competition because you had a Nuck Ya looked at ultra fashion, iconographic. The South Sudanese model, she was in there and she looked at like a living statue that just looked dead drop gorgeous, like dead gorgeous. She get a 10 all across the board. And there was other celebrities. It was a whole bunch of them. They had Zendaya. I think Zendaya was there. And they had like this other girl who would put it in. They was trying to put in the Zendaya slot. And you know how Hollywood get down. They get with the mixed complexion type, and they got a zone of mixed complexion here. And if it's a darker girl, if she got to look like she got the comb. It's real with it though. Like a knockout dark skin, like a Landra Carlton dark skin, like a Jodie Turner Smith dark skin. Then you talking, then you saying something. And There was a whole lot of them though. There was a whole lot of them, and then it was said it was a hot mess. It flopped. It's a 2026 Met Gala flop. You know, but yeah, and I too wanted to mention about I got a ebook called Wives of the Ways of the World Part 1 that's gonna be dropping next week, May 15th, Friday, May 15th. It's gonna be on Ingram Sparks, and it's only 99 cents. And I'm giving the update. I wish I would have said something before, but I'm letting you know now. It's a portrait book, and it's broken down in primary division, talking about the difference between death and life, and talking about inspiration, talking about lavish, cognitive poems, business poems. And I got an ebook coming out, and it's gonna be in Ingram Spark. And I'm just letting you know that it'll be coming out soon. I got to get it ready for this IAP in the Author Project annual contest that's coming up. I got to opt it in, and May 31st is the deadline for it. So I'm on it right now. And that Met Gala, it was something else. No telling how next year Met Gala gonna turn out to be. But it was a plenty of people there. I think Gabrielle Union was there. It was a whole lot of them. I think, Tiana Taylor, she was there. Tiana Taylor, she been showing up to all the red carpets. Tiana Taylor had something on, some white, like a pier-driven snow fit with layers going over it. I don't know what's the name or what brand by it, but they had it all over there. They Christian Siriano. Yeah, they was doing this and they was doing that, jumping from here, jumping it up. It was all over the place. It got so real. It got down to the nitty-gritty. A cockroach was on the red carpet. And that's something to hear something about a cockroach at the red carpet. And these people, they'll do all that, usher and put all that money in there and celebrate that while you got, people out there in the real world, struggling and suffering, major real world problems in the real world, life, what I'm saying, problems, suffer, struggling, troubles and worries, to each his own, but at the Met Gala, that's a whole nother world that they minds now own that they minds is where it was and what was going on in front of. That's just like elsewhere in the part of the world. But that Met Gala was something else. But that's all I'ma say. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, like, share, drop a comment box below, and I'll see you around about.